So slimes have been nerfed, but are they bad? No. And as you can see, I'm still AFKing slimes, but the nerf was very significant. When you kill the slimes, they don't split up anymore. And that's a problem because, well, you don't get the extra slimes. If you killed, like, let's say this big slime, they would drop into, like, two medium-sized slimes, and those medium-sized slimes would drop into, like, a few small slimes. And that's like 6 slimes in one. So, that was a lot of money in one slime, one big slime. But now we don't have that anymore. But as you can see, I've been testing this with normal iron armor with protection thorns 3, and I'm doing just fine. As you can see, slimes are still dropping down. I'm still killing them with the thorns. If anything, this made it more, I guess, early mid-game friendly because you don't need the Witherborn anymore. Slimes, they still make a good amount of money because I've been using them still. So let me quickly put back my Necron set, and let me show you what I do because I still use a Necron set. I mean, I have the set, might as well use it. So all I do is hover up here. I let all the slimes spawn, or at least as many as they're gonna fall down here. And Witherborn will activate like normal, then it'll reset. Pretty normal, nothing really changes, aside from the fact that we don't get extra slimes. Now they're still good. Maybe slimes are not like the best minions anymore for AFKing, but they're still really good. They still make a good amount of money, but I guess I should probably try to look for any alternative minions that can potentially be better than how slimes are currently now, because the only reason why slimes were really good was because they can literally split up to smaller slimes. But now with the nerf, they're a little bit worse. And right now, this is probably the best setup you can go for. Any armor set with thorns and the Daedalus axe is still a must. I don't know why I struggle to say that, but the Daedalus axe is still a must because you need the money, especially since they don't more, but they are still pretty good. As you can see, if I go over here, 6.7 seconds with hamster wheels, almost 5 mil coins, and this is me still testing it. I'm still comparing the 2 weeks with the whatchamacallit, foul flesh, and 2 weeks with the hamster wheels. So that's still gonna go. I'm still gonna try to find any other better minion, but the setup doesn't really change that much. If anything, you should probably maybe prioritize speed. I know I said before like 6 seconds, sure, but if you want to prioritize speed now, then go right ahead. It might actually be better because now you don't have Witherborn, you still have Thorns. I mean, 6 seconds is still fine because you're constantly killing them anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. And I still prefer having the corrupt soil still. I need to go back to my island because it's so laggy in the hub. But yeah, slimes are still good. I'm still gonna use them. The only difference is that I just have to sit up here and just let Witherborn do everything. And again, as long as you have a cookie or like, no, you need to have a cookie. I was gonna say the soup that gives you flight, but you need the cookie so you can prevent yourself from getting AFK kicked. But the cookie, any armor set, as you can see, iron armor works fine. And a Daedalus axe, you'll be able to AFK this. So this just got more early mid-game friendly. And hopefully later on when I experiment on minions, I find another alternative to slimes. because I do have options actually, and they are, I go to collections, I go up here so I can actually go to collections. Come on. Okay. Recipes, or no, collections. So a few options. I'm thinking about going back to Tarantula, but those are very expensive, and I want a minion that is good for basically any stage of the game. So that means possibly sheep, possibly rabbit, and these two are basically the main options out there for me right now. And who knows, maybe even spider minions, because they do drop a good amount of string. And string, if you use tarantula minions, string is pretty expensive. Is there any other minion? I don't know. I really don't know. But the main options right now are sheep because I tested them before, and they actually do pretty well. And rabbit. Aside from that, I don't really know what else to like test, but I will test the Slayer minions, at least the ones I have available. Maybe some other unusual, uncommon minions that can potentially be good. But slimes, if you have them, if you have the setup, don't get rid of it. They're still pretty good. As you can see, they still gather. And slimes have been nerfed many times anyway. They nerfed the bow pet, they nerfed unstable, they nerfed many things about slimes. So if we can find a way to make this nerf not as bad, and I think this is just fine. Just let Thorns take over, so you don't have to worry about Witherborn. You should be more than okay. But if you have Witherborn, like I said, just chill up here, let all the slimes come down, and just make use of Witherborn, as you have it, so why not use it? But any armor set will do. You don't need Wither armor anymore. Daedalus Axe is still a must, and for the setup, use whatever you like. Because there really isn't too much to talk about slimes now that they're nerfed a bit, and the server keeps rebooting, so I probably can't AFK for too much longer. But anything will do here, as long as you have an enchanted hopper, so the slimes can work offline as well. Any kind of speed, increase, upgrade, and whatever you want here. You don't need corrupt soil. If you want to make your minion faster, go right ahead. But that's just my personal preference, so that's that. But this is kind of weird. They just all bunch up in one space. When I first saw that, I didn't really think much of it until I noticed they weren't splitting up. And that's when I started to think about ways to make this a little bit more effective, maybe a little cheaper for early mid-game players. And I found this solution. I can't even say a few solutions because it's literally only one. So any armor set with thorns, plus however many slime minions, you're good. You should be able to still AFK this. Well, they all died, but you should still be able to AFK this once I stop having my game break. But you should still be able to be fine with this. As you can see, they still die properly. You can see over here, I get the money still relatively fast as well. Yep, relatively fast. I still get the slime balls, I still get the sulfur, and nothing really changes that much. So for now, I'll end it here. Let me know what you think about the slime update, I guess, is what I'm gonna call it. A little slime nerf. Tell me if the minion is good or not, how you feel about it, and I'm gonna do a little bit more research. So for now, I'll end it here, and we'll see you next time.